All right, thanks very much, Mark. Here with Bears General Manager Ryan Poles, getting ready for the Vikings. Big one here today. Ryan, I think we all agree here at Soldier Field the benefits of this one win could really set the tone and stage for the rest of the season.
Yeah, we need a spark, and that's going to come from a good win, and especially a good home win. That's what this team needs, and we have a really good opportunity today.
What did you think about the job Thomas Brown did preparing and calling the offense last week for the first time?
Yeah, I was really proud of him. You know, he came in with a very clear, concise plan, put our playmakers in a position to make plays. I thought he put our rookie quarterback in a position to have success and to gain confidence as the game went along. And I like the way the guys executed. So that just shows that the preparation during the week was well done. And I look forward to seeing him, everybody perform today, but, the week of practice was really good again. So if we can stack weeks like that, we're going to be making progress.
I really love his attitude, his decorum, how he handles himself when he talks. He is direct. You heard about that, but, you feel it when he's talking.
Yeah, you feel Thomas. He's very direct. There's no gray with what he's putting out there. And to me, there's a level of confidence when you have that type of leadership. You believe in that. You buy into what he's saying. And, again, I'm proud of him and how he's done stepping in.
All right, what were your feelings about Caleb after that performance against the Packers that put the team in a position to win the game? He showed you a lot, didn't he?
He did. He showed a lot of improvement from the weeks prior. I thought he was efficient. I thought he got the ball to our playmakers early, got the ball out of his hands, and really, to me, that's like foundational stuff. If he can do that, he can rely on that throughout his entire career. So it's really important we get to a spot that he can be efficient like that and really lean on the guys around him as he learns this game. I thought he did a good job protecting the ball, really limited sacks. I know we had the 2 in that final drive. And then again, it stinks not coming away with a win, but very similar to Washington. When the game's on the line, the kid came alive, and that's a championship trait. And we're going to lean on that for years to come. So I was really proud of the progress that he made.
Yeah, I know it's an empty feeling when it doesn't end in a win, but you have to factor all that in your evaluation, right? That's some good stuff right there. And then you also have to factor a play like that. It is about details. Every play is.
Yep, it's details. It's the NFL. Everyone's looking for an opportunity to take advantage of just a small crack in the door. That's the part that we got to clean up so we can finish some of these games.
All right, let's flip over defensively. Any concerns about the pass rush? There's many guys getting it done, 16 different guys, but the impacts of, say, Montez and Gervon, for a variety of different reasons, maybe how they're being blocked, scheme, whatever. What's your feeling?
Yeah, it's our rush has kind of come by committee this year, and some sparks from Montez for sure, and Dexter earlier in the year. I think what happens is when you have success, you do get extra attention, but that allows others to get home and be impactful. But I know just as a D-line, talking with Coach Travis and Eric Washington, they had a reset and some good conversations on how they can detail and be even better and more effective as a D-line as a whole as well as individually. So I'm looking forward to them coming out and making some of those corrections and affecting the game.
Okay, so you play Minnesota. You got them here week 12. You get them again in week 15. Detroit week 13, week 16. So as a former player yourself, what is that like for players, coaches, and game plans when you can't really save anything for the next one? It's so close together in a league that is just about a hairline difference in winning and losing. Again, every little thing matters. How do you address that?
Yeah, it truly is. You got to take 1 week at a time and really just pour into that week of preparation and not be so caught up that you're going to play that team a few weeks later. So you want to come away with a win, and that means if you got to put all your stuff out there, that's what you have to do. But to me, it does come down to execution. It comes down to the film study and the strategic plan from the coaches on how to take advantage of the weaknesses and maybe stay away from the strengths. So we have to be really strategic in our plan. but it comes down to players making plays at the end of the day. So that's what we need to lean on as we go through this final stretch where we do see our divisional opponents, multiple times within just a few weeks.
This is an interesting discussion right here about the division. When you build your team, you're building it to win a Super Bowl. But you got to get out of your division first. And this division is unique right now because everybody's good. Yeah. Moving forward, do you have to first figure out how to win your division games and beat these teams before you think about the rest of the NFC and ultimately a Super Bowl?
Yeah, that's part of our philosophy here is to take the North, and right now it is a very strong division, and you have to raise the level of play, and that's what we need to do. But I've always kind of been taught and lived through it before I got here is you got to take and dominate your division first. So that's really important, and we have that opportunity down the stretch here as we see our opponents. In the past, we've gotten better. Last year we got better with our division, and I'm looking forward to taking that next step this year.
All right, a couple of separate topics. Odunze. I don't think we're talking enough about the kid. He is a young player that is completely confident in his abilities and is making himself available in key moments for his rookie quarterback. What's your thoughts on how he's played? Sixth among rookies in average yards per catch on 60 targets, and his blocking is getting a little nasty. He's taking guys to the chalk.
Yeah, Rome, and that's the reason why we loved Rome in the process. There's a dependability factor that's just so high for us. He's where he needs to be, and he has the ability to make big plays for us. I love the connection that he has with Caleb. That's a connection that we're going to see for a long time. But he's also a guy we saw this past week that you can count on him down the stretch to make big plays for us. So I'm proud of him, and he does the little things really well too. He had some devastating blocks, put a defender in the bench area, and that's what he brings. He can do it all. He can play the finesse game, but he also can be gritty and play the tough, violent game as well. I'm looking forward to him finishing strong this season, and I'm also looking forward to him just growing and blossoming as a player and an impact player in this league for a long time.
Your depth is always challenged. It's you do have a deep roster. You can rely on a lot. For example, Jonathan Owens played 67% of the snaps in Green Bay last year. Special teams guy here, but he's going to get an opportunity now with Elijah Hicks.
Yeah, we're looking forward to him coming in and doing a good job. That was one of the reasons he was a player we targeted in free agency. Is when his number was called, he came in and did a good job on top of being a special teams player. So he's been waiting for his opportunity, and he'll get that today.
And Adrian Colbert's back, your guy from Hard Knocks. Everybody knows how emotional that was.
Yeah, really happy to have him back. I'm pretty sure his bike is still in one of these closets here. But it was cool to see him come back and the smile on his face and standing up and saying a few words in the team meeting. On
Guys
Monday.
Like him, huh?
Yeah, the whole room lit up. So he just brings a real positive energy. So it was really good to see him.
All right, what sticks out to you about the Vikings?
Yeah, they're just on defense. And Brian Flores, has been very effective as a defense coordinator. So he brings a lot from the defensive side, which can create some confusion. So our communication's got to be really good to pick up the blitz. They bring a lot of people. So we have to take advantage of some of the holes that present themselves from playing that aggressive style. And offensively, obviously, Justin Jefferson's one of the most talented receivers in the league, if not the most talented. They got Sam Darnold unlocked here, and he's playing well and efficient football. So we're gonna have to be on top of it defensively because they're capable of jumping onto a lead quick.
Our scout's eye. I was going to do Darnold. You already touched on him, so I'm going to flip it. Who is Andrew Van Ginkel?
I watched him since college. He is a very smart, instinctive football player. Ever since he was at Wisconsin, just found a way to make plays and kind of wreak havoc in different ways. If it was tip balls, interceptions, sacks, making plays in coverage. Kind of a guy that can play all over the place, and you got to understand where he's at. And obviously he was in Miami with Brian, so there's some trust there for him to create confusion, but also execute on a high level. So he's the guy we've got to be aware of. You're going to have a level of strain because he's got a high end motor, never stops. So we're going to have to be on top of our game with him.
All right, lastly, you mentioned that word strain. I've been using it a lot because it is a scout term. Explain to people what that means when you talk about strain, because you're fighting for your life sometimes, and you just got to continue to gut through it, and that's the strain, right?
Yeah, that's the strain.
And not everybody does it, though.
No, there's different, I call them like shut-off valves that different people have, and some it's, just before the whistle, some it's at the whistle, and others it's through the whistle. So just straining and really maximizing every play that you get, maximizing, whatever time that is, and it could be a lot longer than you think, or, it could be shorter, but just putting out maximum effort, for each other. That's the kind of strain that we're looking for. And it stands out when you watch guys that do play with that high level. They stand out. They're different than the rest.
All right. Good luck today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.